Live now. Wait, we're live now.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Here we are live again from
The USA.
Claremont, New Hampshire.
And we're waiting for a really interesting guest all the way from Syria who we will be talking to about the situation there and sharing her experiences with us.
And climate change, of course.
Mm-hmm.
She's in Syria, so they're having electricity problems, data problems. Of course, you can understand the whole country is under conflict about, and not to mention the COVID.
Yep.
So we have to be patient and tolerant. In the meantime, we'll sip some coffee and
Talk
me
about
and Maria will argue a little bit.
what do you
What
want
should
to
we talk
argue
about? It's getting cold here.
Oh yeah.
It's an early fall. Winter's just around the corner.
Uh-huh.
Chance of frost.
Yep.
What's new in the news?
Elections are coming up.
Elections are just around the corner.
How many days to elections?
The pharmaceutical and biotech companies, Moderna,
all rushing to get a vaccine.
Pfizer, AstraZeneca, trying to get the vaccine as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
We have Trump saying that the vaccine is going to be available before the elections. We have the vaccine companies saying not likely, maybe in the spring. What do you think? Who's going to have the vaccine? Who's going to get the vaccine first? And if it comes, who's going to take the vaccine? What are your concerns? What are your not concerns? What else are your concerns?
Well, I think the vaccine will probably come in the spring. I think because of this season is now going to be the flu season, and so a lot of people are going to be focusing on getting their flu shots. So that's going to take up some time. So
yes, and don't forget to get your flu shot.
Yeah.
That'll help you possibly deal with the coronavirus if you happen to get that. And don't forget to wear your mask and social distance. And those of you who are not wearing masks, you should know that it's a good safeguard, good protection, protects you, protects others.
Yeah.
And we have all kinds of things we can debate and talk about here in the U.S. and around the world. So, where is Tasnim? We are waiting for Tasnim, who is we hear is in a internet cafe. The electricity is a problem. So I don't know. We may have her, we may not. And are there any?
While we're waiting.
There's a guest.
Oh yeah.
The guest?
She's there. Okay.
Looks like somebody's here.
Yeah, there she is.
There's Tasnim. Hi, Tasnim. How are you? Hello?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm okay. It's getting chilly
Hi,
here.
I can hear you very well.
Good. And how is it sounds quiet there.
I'm sorry,
Syria?
I can join by camera.
Okay, you can join if you would like to just join by camera.
Can you repeat, please?
You can if you'd like. If you can't, that's okay.
Yeah, if you either or, if you want to do audio, it's fine. If you want to do by video, is also fine. It's up to you.
Okay. Unfortunately, I'm using my mobile data. There has been an electricity situation today, just my luck. So this is why I can't use the camera. I'm very sorry. Like I never thought this will happen.
It's okay. It happens. We understand.
It is the land of surprises.
You never know what's gonna be there the next day.
Yeah.
So, Tasnim, why don't you give us a little background? Tell us about yourself. What's going on in Syria? What's going on with climate change? What are you able to do? What are you not able to do? I know the situation there in Syria is not all that good. It's unfortunate that we can't wipe away all the problems in the world, but it's complicated, isn't it?
Tasnim, can you hear us?
Guess more.
Tasnim, can you hear us?
I think we lost her.
Oh, okay. So we have to wait for her to rejoin.
So more technical difficulties that are commonplace when you're trying to communicate with people across the globe. Not only the time zones, but the weather, and it looks like she's back again. Hi, Tasnim.
All right, let's see if she can. Yeah, she said she couldn't hear
Yes.
us, so I just typed the question in there.
Okay.
Tasnim.
I will start by introducing myself.
Yeah.
I'm saying I will start by introducing myself. Hello, everyone. My name is Tasnim Hemmadeh. I am Syrian. I was born and raised here in Syria. I'm an electrical engineer specialized in automotive engineering and computer engineering. However, I'm doing a career shift into renewable energy and energy policy. I become more interested in this factor for the past 3 years. I live in Salamia. It's like a really small town in Syria. It's surrounded by desert. This is why I was like into climate change, because I know the affecting or the uh, or what climate change uh, affecting our country in like in front line, if you can say that, because we have been for the past 5 years. I mean, the agriculture area changed, our water supplies changed, so I can feel it pretty well. And currently I'm doing a fellowship with Mediterranean Dialogue for Right and Equality. It's an organization that works on the southern Mediterranean for Arabic countries, and also on the eastern Mediterranean with European countries. We worked on the first policy paper from USIP perspective about renewable energy and energy policy in Syria. And I have also organized an NTC workshop, the first one in Syria before a 2030 visualizer. And currently we are doing more with Active Green and creating the first community for renewable energy and energy policy in Syria. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Sounds like you're pretty busy. How are you able to do all that within the constraints of the pandemic and the conflict throughout Syria? Maybe you can't hear us. Can you hear us?
Okay.
I
Tasnim.
can, but not quite well.
Okay, so the question is, how have you been dealing with the pandemic as well as the war that's been prolonged in Syria? Like, how have you been able to work on renewable energy and your career in this situation?
Well, the pandemic situation was hard on Syria, but not hard as we thought. Like, I think that the people have a good immunity system or something, because I mean, yes, there are cases, many cases, but in general, it is not like United States or Italy or any other country. Like, things has been better in the Middle East in general. For when it comes to pandemic, I think that Saudi Arabia is the only country that was badly affected by the pandemic, and that there were many people with the disease, and many people died, unfortunately. But when it comes to it comes to Syria, Lebanon, Tunisia, or other Arabian countries, that things haven't been that hard. The civil society have done so much work during the pandemic. We hadn't there hadn't been a lockdown in Syria, like only for about 2 weeks, because the economic situation is too bad. So the government said, like, we can't just shut the country down. They open it up everything very quickly. But I think, I don't know if it's God works or not, that but things haven't been that bad when it comes to pandemic. We're still traveling between cities. We still go to work. Everything is just as normal. But we are being very cautious when it comes to, like, social distance and wearing a mask.
Okay.
Well, that's good to hear. And, I'm sorry
I
to
mean,
hear.
I was able to do. I was able to.
Go ahead.
I was saying that even during the pandemic, I was able to organize the Active Green workshop, which was about energy policy in Syria.
So tell us about tell us a little bit more in detail about the Act Green in Syria that you've mobilized.
Okay, so Arctic Green started spontaneously. Me and my two friends, one is environmental engineer and the other is architect. We wanted to participate in something called Visualize 2030, which is a regional data campaign. There is teams from every Arab country that are uh, tackling one of the SDGs, and we were working on SDG 11, sustainable cities and communities, and it was perfect. An electrical engineer, architect, and environmental engineer, and we made a video, a data-based video, on why Syria should benefit from a sustainable rebuilding or rebuilding sustainably. And it was the start, but then we was like, okay, this is good. We can raise awareness on this matter, even though there were a lot of bullying and backlash over this, because they thought it's very unrealistic dream. Even though we can create a sustainable cities, even in, like, small stuff, even in small habits, or even in a small building code, or etc. So this is how we started. But then, like, I continue my work, and for Act Green as it is that now, we are mainly interested in renewable energy and energy policy. We delivered the first energy policy paper from youth perspective, on how we should benefit from renewable energy in Syria, and how the energy efficiency rule should be. We worked with different engineers from Syria, from all cities in Syria, and we worked in this paper. And now we started the first community for renewable energy, and we will start training graduate or youth on the renewable energy basics, so they can use it in the city. They can all work in this field, because there isn't much let's say training center, or there isn't much care about this specific subject. So for now, we are mainly interested about this renewable energy club, and working on spreading knowledge, and educating specialized people on this matter.
And so it must be difficult there in Syria, but I'm not familiar with the news media and the coverage. And how are you getting the word out, and how are you getting people to join your cause? And do you have a central news media system? Is it government run? Is it privately run? Is climate change getting the media coverage that it needs to get out and let everybody know what's going on, or do you feel that more needs to be done to do that?
Tasnim, did you hear what Robert was asking you?
No, I couldn't. It is very, very unclear when Bob talks. Your
Okay,
voice is very
I
clear
will
to me
rephrase
for
what
some
he
reason,
said.
but I can't understand.
Okay, I will rephrase what he said. What did you say again?
I'm just wondering
Okay.
how the
How?
news media
Yeah,
is
news.
there in Syria,
Uh-huh.
how difficult it is with the pandemic and the conflicts. Do you think the climate change word is getting out with the news media, or do you need more help? How are you organizing, recruiting, and getting others involved if the coverage is not up to par?
So basically, news coverage. How
Well,
is news?
actually,
Yeah.
the media coverage is very bad. I mean, I don't
Yeah, go ahead.
needs coverage or media. Okay, I was
New,
saying about the media coverage. It's very bad, and that's understandable. When you have a country where there is like pretty much no electricity all the time, when there is for now we don't have any more oil for taxis, or what is the word? I don't know what is the exact
Fuel,
word.
gas, fuel.
But like today there are millions of problems in Syria, and I don't blame the media if they didn't talk about it. However, there are many local initiatives, there are many civil society initiatives that is working on this matter, on climate change, environmental issues. They are spreading the word. They are helping people in Syria, and those who counts, because we don't really rely on the national media at all. So yes, I know that there is no coverage in media, but when I open up Facebook or Twitter and I see all of my colleagues, Syrian colleagues, who are working on amazing initiative like a Green Treasure, Go Green. I mean, it is incredible, and this is what it counts. This is the coverage we need, because people are open Facebook. They see all these people who are planting trees, who are collecting plastic, who are doing all this small yet very effective stuff. This is what it counts. So yeah.
Okay, I want to go back to the one of the previous questions we asked you about the instability in Syria. Because we hear a lot of news this side about how Syria is like there's a lot of war and people aren't really living a stable life, so it's not easy like to plan for your future or pursue a career. And that we just wanted to understand from your perspective, how are you navigating living in a country that is always on the brink of fighting with or defending itself from terrorist organizations?
Can you please just repeat the last sentence?
Okay, so the question is, how are you living in a country that is fighting or defending itself from terrorist organizations?
Well, here's to sum up the situation in Syria a little bit. We have the northern Syria and the southern Syria. Northern Syria is something I can talk about because I have never been there, and it's very complicated there. There are US army, Turkish army, Russian army, etc. You can see it from the news. But my area, the southern cities are stable right now. Like, I know that the living situation is very hard. It is extremely hard. But in general, like there are no war anymore. We are able to continue our life. I mean, it's nothing like 2017 or 16 where ISIS was nearby. No, alhamdulillah, it's all set right now. We are able to continue our life. There are no war at all in these areas. However, the living situation is extremely hard. Like, I mean, just to sum it up, last year, oh no, wait, I can't talk about this. Sorry, can't talk about this while in Syria. I want to
Okay.
continue.
Okay, we understand. Yeah.
so is the government? I think I heard you say you were involved with some sort of government with your climate change activities,
energy policy,
the policies,
yeah.
and so does that mean the government, some facets of it, aspects of the government, are also involved and supportive of the climate change activists?
Actually,
I think she's responsible.
no, at all. When it comes to climate change, they act like they don't know anything. However, in Syria last year, they have made the first report about SDGs in Syria, which is great. This is like a big deal. But it was all United Nations work, so I don't know.
Okay.
But in general, no, this is not among their 10th, not among their 100 priority,
Mm-hmm.
which is also understandable.
Considering all that's going on, yes, it
Mm-hmm.
is understandable.
Mm-hmm. So, are you able to share with us some of the priorities?
Yeah.
Are you able to share with us some of the priorities of your government that you work with them on, or is that something you can't talk about too?
You know, for now, for example, like few months ago, you would go to a shop and buy a bread as you like, just a bread. This is a basic food for everyone here, for everyone around the world. But now every family has just a small amount of bread because the government can't provide everything for them. This is just a small example of the situation here. Like we
Mm-hmm.
don't have any oil for cars. I would love to go to get a taxi to some cafe and like use the camera and a better internet connection, but I couldn't find any taxi because there are no oil for taxi. I don't know what is the exact word you use for the liquid
Fuel or
you
gas.
you
Yeah,
put
yeah.
on cars and vehicles. Yeah, so yeah, the situation is just getting worse and worse and worse. And now with the school opens, I mean, just this is a small example. I mean, I would love to see climate change is the part of the school's topics, especially in elementary schools. But in our schools, there are about 50 children in one class. I mean, teachers are barely able to teach a basic math and reading and learning skills. So I don't think that putting climate change in the curriculum will happen anytime soon. I'm sorry, I'm just being a bit pessimistic, but this is the situation. And if we can do just a little bit to make it better, it's all great. But this is the situation right now.
Yeah, from the news we get here, it doesn't look like it's a really good living situation.
Mm.
Sorry to hear about the troubles and the lack of food and fuel. And do you, are there face masks over there, or I mean, is the pandemic, I mean, the COVID, is it under control, or is it just because there's no media coverage? Um, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I mean, okay, basically that we feel we've kind of got a better sense of the situation in your country.
There is a problem with the voice.
Sorry? Yeah, no, I'm just rephrasing
Yeah,
and
I can't
saying,
hear you. I can hear you, Maria.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, we were just saying that we've understood better the situation in your country, and it seems to be a very grim place. Like the situation isn't good for people who are living there, and we are sorry to hear that. We just wanted to say that.
Is it worse in it's worse in the north than it is in the south?
Yeah, that's where all the armies are.
What's the message you would like to get out to the world? What can be done? I'm not sure if the audio is bad or Tasnim just doesn't understand my dialect, or if I'm speaking too fast.
Probably speaking too
She's
fast.
she's requesting that we type in the message, so we've done that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, message I want to get to the word. Um, this is very sad to even talk about. I don't know. I mean, uh, message. Don't forget Syria.
Don't
Um,
forget Syria.
I just want for everyone to know that Syrians before the civil war, before everything started, everyone was educated. Like we have everyone know how to read, write, and we had one of the most beautiful countries on earth. I mean, I could go and on and describe how Syria is very unique and amazing. I mean, the first. Uh, I'm sorry, I'm just a bit. I don't know. It's emotional questions. Uh, I would just say that just please don't mix Syrians with what happened in the news. Because before the civil war, everything, we were just a normal country where people just like you, but things changed and we had to go as refugees. Some of us are trapped here, and we don't have a say in it. We don't have any say in our lives and in the things we want to do. We want to do and we want to accomplish. So just this.
Is the government allowing aid to get into the country and help people, or is that a problem as well? I'm just wondering if there's something we can do, if we can start a GoFundMe page, and is there a way to get um, needed things to you in Syria, or
Yeah, I can share with you some infos, but not on live stream because
okay,
Okay.
some stuff are very sensitive. But in general, no, yes, the government is a bit helpful.
okay.
Okay. Do you think that your country will go back to what it was before the civil war? Do you have hope for that?
Do do I think my country will go through another civil war? Is it
No,
the
we'll go
question?
back to no. Do you think it will go back to how it used to be, like the beauty, the peace, and everything?
Let's get rid of what's his name.
It will go. It will be better. It will be
Okay.
better.
That's
Okay,
right.
it will be
Things.
better. It will get back soon. I mean, I believe in this place. I mean, you have no idea how beautiful it is. It's full of history and nice people and food and everything. I mean, I remember before the war, it was like always tourists all around Syria. Like I remember all the European, the American, and they will all come here and they will love it. And I really can't recall all these moments, but it just think it changed and it will go back and it will go back better, inshallah.
Okay.
Because we can't let it not be better. We can't let this. We can't go of 10 years of war and just let things as it is. We have to make it better. Like it is our only way. And we are so involved, especially the youth who lived in Syria during the war. We are so involved in this. Like we can't let it be like this and stay like this. We owe it to the people who died. We owe it to our beloved one, to our country, to our land, to the land that all our grandfathers have planned and cared about.
Okay.
I'm sure there's a lot of tragedy there, and I'm sorry that we can't avoid discussing the conditions in Syria. We all have some idea of how it is and what's going on, and we understand that it's difficult to talk about, and it's hard to give your opinion without crossing lines that you're not able to cross. So we would like to hear more. in a different setting.
Yeah.
We commend you on your activities in climate change, and I'm sure it's a welcome and healthy distraction from what's going on around you, for you to be involved in a cause and a purpose to give your life some meaning. And we hope everything does get better for you, and we hope you're able to reach your goals with as far as climate change and policy changes and organizing the young to get them all active in this cause, which of course is important. But with what's going on in Syria, I'm sure it's very hard to focus and get anything done. So we do commend you, and if we can do anything to help, let me know.
Okay. And do you have any last words you want to share with the
Thank you
rest
very
of
much for your
the
kind
world?
words.
Ask her again.
Yeah. I was just asking.
I
Yeah.
just want to say when Syrian participates in uh,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
what you were asking?
Yeah.
Last words.
Yeah. Last words, but you can complete what you were saying.
Okay. I want just to say when Syrian youth from inside Syria especially participate in any an international event, just please be easy on them because the smallest achievement here requires a huge work. You have no idea how security approval works, how gathering people works. It is a huge work that everyone is going like a lot of trouble to get. Just like get 10 people to attend one awareness workshop. So please be easy on Syrians who are coming from inside Syria because you have no idea how much pressure, how much hard work they have to do in order to one small accomplishment. So just saying this, I celebrate all of my friends' achievement in this field because I know how hard it is, and I'm always pious for them because I can't be otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a chore to stay positive.
Yep. Okay. Okay, so thank you. You want to say something? Thank you, Tasnim, for really honoring us with your presence. I
Yeah.
know it's been very
Thank you for
difficult.
having me.
Yeah, I know it's been very difficult with all the internet and power, electricity issues. But we really enjoyed talking to you and getting your perspective. And we'd like to see how we can help you further,
Thank you.
especially
I hope
being
you
there
heard
in
me well
Syria.
because I don't know if you heard me well.
We did hear you well.
Okay, good. Alhamdulillah. I was very nervous about this.
Don't be. You did well.
You did very well. We appreciate
Yeah.
your candor and your honesty and your emotional investment in Syria and your people and the climate change cause. Yes.
Thank you.
We hope you have an okay weekend since it's Friday.
Yeah.
What time is it there anyway?
I think it must be evening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to end the live stream now.
Yeah.
And we shall make it available to the audience on YouTube.
Okay.
And if anybody is listening and wants to get involved somehow, and heard Tasnim's plight story and thinks that you can do something to help out, we'd be happy to hear from you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, Tasnim. Have a nice evening.
Thank you so much.
We'll talk to you again
Thank you.
soon. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.